My name's Randy Cleaver. I'm one of the historians here on the park staff. And we're doing this afternoon an act of commemoration, of course, of what happened here, an act in the great national drama of 1861 to 1865 that occurred here 150 years ago today. This was the big move for the Army of Northern Virginia, this very daring offensive conceived by the Army Commander, General Robert E. Lee, as the only practical method by which to save the city of Richmond from federal capture. 3 infantry divisions, some of the largest ones Lee had, were sitting over there along the Mechanicsville Turnpike on the south bank, and up on the south bank opposite Meadow Bridge, a mile and a half farther upstream. And the Federal Army was very much aware of it by late afternoon. A large Confederate force was coming towards this area from the northwest. What did it mean? They still had to wait to find out here along Beaver Dam Creek. Northern cavalrymen were trying to slow their advance, but there were a few Northern cavalrymen. They could only slow it and spread the alarm. Then they were to retire to the east bank of Beaver Dam Creek, where the main defense line was already there. The far northwestern flank of the entire Federal Army's line outside of Richmond, if you will, to use the old analogy, they were somewhat out here on the limb. They came right down along the east bank of the creek here, from north to south. As Lee would write in his report later, he felt obliged to do something. Lee ordered Hill to make, as the military would say, a demonstration, to reiterate the old orders, to make as much noise as possible, to shoot, have the infantry shoot across the stream if they could, have the Confederate artillery, which was getting set up and getting into action, open fire on the Federal guns across the creek. It was important, of course, on this part of the battlefield for the defenders, here virtually all the Pennsylvanians, to guard this crossing. Fragments of shells literally hailed around me. I thought that my life was worth very little. The Confederate offensive would go on. The Federal soldiers would fall back. The city of Richmond would be saved for a while. And the war, with all its sacrifice, horror, and commitment, would go on. And it would propel the nation onto a trajectory that it would become the United States that we know this day. And part of that process took place along an obscure little stream in Hanover County, Virginia, on the day 150 years ago.